Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros MLB. This is Leading Off Live, brought to you by PrizePicks. Sign up today with the promo code Leading Off. It's me, Joey P, Joe Pizzapia. That, of course, is the Welsh, and it's you, the Peanuts, the Cracker Jacks, here to talk a little baseball. It was kind of a quiet night in MLB last night, but we've got a lot going on today. We've got some earlier games. We've got a full slate of evening games to DFS the hell out of, to wager the hell out of, and Welsh, we're going to make it a Q&A day with the Peanuts and Cracker Jacks. So if you've got questions, we've got answers. I'm going to take a lot more questions today because really, nothing really moved the needle last night. And I want to start off with Rich because Rich was here early. And Richard was talking about the Kyle Schwarber having 17 home runs and a negative WAR.
Richard.
And Richard wanted to know... he's on pace, basically, to be the first player in MLB history to have a 40 home run season and a negative WAR.
I saw this stat last night, yeah. No, I don't. I don't think it happens, but I did see this stat last night.
It's a great
I think it'll be fun when he has 40 homers and he has like a 0.5 WAR or something like that. It's going to be incredible. 100%. His value is just that bomb, and that's about it. But yeah, it's a fun pacing stat, and if it happens... cool. It'll be some trivia day down the line where Pizzapia will bring up his hate of Kyle Schwarber.
I don't hate Kyle Schwarber. I just hated his ADP, and I think that's fair. And I think so far I've been right. So
what was his ADP? I don't even remember.
Too high. If I don't, you go back and look at the consensus. It was in the, I want to say late 20s, early 30s. Overall, like that's a little rich for my blood.
I feel
for Kyle
that feels a little high from what it actually was, but maybe you're right.
Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe I'm crazy. I'd have to go back and take a look at it. I'll see. Can we pull that up still? That is the question. Because that was like preseason ranks.
Are you doing it? Let's see.
I don't know. I'm gonna look at rankings. Fantasy Pros. While
we're
doing that,
Fantasy Pros, first one algorithm SEO, folks, is right at the top here. Of
course,
if it ever loads.
Of course it is. But at any rate, let's keep going on with some of the other headlines because things did happen. Bryce Miller got back on track. The last couple starts were rough for Bryce Miller. We've righted the ship. 6 strikeouts for him in 6 innings, 1 run given up. So a big sigh of relief, I think, to everybody like you, Welsh, who was big supporters of Bryce Miller, because as great as he was, you knew that was going to come back to earth. But it kind of crashed and burned for a few starts. So this was a very important start. The question is, do you think a lot of people had him in the lineup? I'm guessing no. He was sat.
Well, one thing I just want to point out real quick, they just got to it, but I found it. It was 40. Schwarber was 40. So to your
40
point,
overall,
it's a little high.
Who are the names around him?
All right, so 3 above him was Realmuto, Clase, Rosarena. Rosarena.
Well, Rosarena. I think that was my big hang-up, if memory serves, was that how is Randy Rosarena not a better pick than Kyle Schwarber?
Woodruff was up there, Matt Olson. Below was Jazz
Olson
Chisholm,
too.
which I firmly disagreed with in the preseason. I'm wrong,
Yes, you did.
but I disagreed with. Dylan Cease, Ozzie Albies, Shane Bieber, Urias. This is the most egregious one I looked at.
I liked over him too.
Corey Seager was 45.
And where was Corbin Carroll, by the way?
Oh, Corbin Carroll. So funny you bring that up, Joe. Can you believe this? 66. 66.
When you said a Rosarena, that was my big hang up. I thought he was in the 30s or some point, but I guess he was 40. So my whole thing is, how can you put Randy Rosarena, a player who gives you batting average, he gives you home runs, he gives you stolen bases, he gives you consistency, better splits, better head-to-head player, all those things, right next to Kyle Schwarber, just because Kyle Schwarber hit 40 home runs. To me, Rosarena was too low in ADP number 1, and I think Schwarber was too high. And that confluence of events to me was a real problem.
Looking back on it, I had Seager way higher. I had Jazz unfortunately
Seager higher too. Yeah.
Rosarena also had higher. I wasn't a Schwarber guy. I've said this in the preseason, like big old like albatrossy batting average guys, not really my thing. In season though, the reason he's been interesting is because you've got probably most of the worst out of the way. It could get worse, I suppose.
Well, there's a roadmap. April, May, you let him go, and then you trade for him when Schwarberfest starts. When they start selling Hoagies,
June 1st.
There's shirts, by the way. I did find them on the internet.
I know. I want that. I tweeted. I said, where's the Fantasy Pros funds? You and me need to wear a Schwarberfest.
We got to get Schwarberfest t-shirts.
We do.
That's all I know.
So there you go. I don't disagree with the pre-draft value. He's got some value now. Back to Bryce Miller just for a second. What's so funny is, speaking of roadmaps, I'm not really sure what the roadmap is with Bryce Miller, because this was a lot of those first starts. And I thought there might need to be something new going on with Bryce Miller. We might need to see, the sweeper, the curveball more changeup. He was 73% fastball, 22% slider. That was everything. His fastball was absolutely on point, had a 34% whiff rate. His slider had nothing. He hit both in the zone pretty well. Fastball was actually only 55%, but guys weren't on top of it. 9 called strikes. You had the 12 whiffs, and you had 15 fouls on it, and he was pushing it around the zone. So all I'm saying is he just lives and dies by the fastball. So it's a little hard to gauge unless he is going to go and become Spencer Strider. I don't think that's going to happen. It's just all going to be on consistency for him, which makes him a little bit dicey. This was not the worst matchup in the world. So the whole point is like everyone's freaking out. No, he's just a rookie pitcher who has 2 dominant pitches, which really isn't the best, but his fastball might be the best of all the rookie fastballs. So it gives him a little bit more leverage.
Sure.
So I think
and location's everything.
If your
location's off for a couple games, that's going to kill you when you're a 2-pitch pitcher.
He's beyond having to like stream pitchers. He's a guy that you can have in the back end of the rotation, maybe pay a tiny bit more attention to the matchups and sit him once in a while. But overall, Bryce Miller's still pretty good. This is a pretty good outing. 12 overall whiffs. I'll take it, even though they're all on the fastball.
Also, something to point out, our friend Maxwell joining us for the first time making it up this early. So Maxwell, we're happy to have you. I love it.
Thank you, Maxwell. Thank you, Maxwell Grimes.
And our friend Maxwell Grimes joining us live for the first time. I love that. Hopefully you subscribed. I haven't even looked today. I don't think we're 14K yet. But we're getting very close.
The mustaches not quite the mustache, right?
I
think Grimes, by the way. Carl.
See, you say Grimes. I think
Rick Grimes, Walking Dead.
I think Grimes like Simpsons episode.
Nope.
Oh no, not a Simpsons guy.
Everyone asks me. I watched The Simpsons a decent amount. I became like a Family Guy. I haven't watched any of those in like 15 years.
No, but this is classic old Simpsons.
Where, no, I don't remember. Rick Grimes is the only Grimes that jumps out to me.
Grimes from The Simpsons, that's the guy who's like the greatest employee ever, and he keeps getting in trouble, and Homer keeps getting promoted and stuff, and it's hilarious. It's great. Anyway, let's continue on here. Michael Harris, good night for him. 3 for 4, stolen base, hit a home run. So Michael Harris starting to pull himself out. That is good. He is still towards the bottom of that Braves order, though. So, Welsh, let's talk about that because we know so much of productivity at times can be tied to where you are in the batting order. He's still in that lower part. Do you see him starting as he gets hotter to move up that batting order?
Yeah, I think so. Actually taking a look here. Funny enough, he has not bat above 5 this entire season. Think about that for where he was last year. Yeah. He's hit 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 so far. The only spot he's actually really been effective is hitting 5. Not that necessarily matters in the batting order, but it's been just a rough go. The positive is I think there's a great buy low opportunity. He hit 200 in April with only a couple games. May was a 161 batting average, but he's hitting 297 so far this month, which is great. There's a stolen base in there. There's a couple homers, and we've seen the Braves do this before. We actually kind of have a roadmap to them. They did this with Ozzie Albies, where he would hit like 2, and then he moved down to 6 or 7. I think as Michael Harris shows consistency, he will move up the batting order, and there's always opportunities for him, especially lefty to hit 2 in that batting line. I absolutely think he's not going to lead off, but he could be hitting behind Acuna at some point.
If he gets into that 2 spot, this is the buy low time for Michael Harris, because if he gets into that 2 spot in between Acuna and then the Olsen Riley, that triumvirate there, that's a really good group to be hitting in the middle of.
And it's a good buy low opportunity because he's also starting to pick it back up. Like a lot of people will be like, well, the buy opportunity was when he was hitting 160. It's like, well, no, sophomore year, he hadn't shown anything plus injury stuff. Like, let's see something. And now we're seeing something.
Well, this is when today is when I throw out the trade.
Exactly. Value's up. He's doing something. He's hitting low in the lineup. There's a lot of opportunity rest of season. So I actually like the prospects of picking up Michael Harris.
Bryce Miller, too, I was just looking at his split stats. Just, because I'm a splits kind of guy. I do like the splits. At home, 3.57 ERA in 4 starts. On the road, 4.57 ERA in 4 starts. So just something to keep in mind.
Could be a home guy. Yeah.
Maybe it is. Again, it's a small sample, but, when you're looking, like Welsh was saying, for some more information on when to start Bryce Miller here, because it's been a little mixed bag lately, that's a good one. Here's a question from the Peanuts and Cracker Jacks. This is from Jack. No other name, just Jack. Should I trade Tucker and Kirby for Corbin Carroll and Michael Harris? See, look at that. We are on the pulse right now. What do you think of this deal? I want Carroll and Harris, to tell you the truth. The best player in this deal is Corbin Carroll, and I want him.
Yeah. I mean, Dynasty, I'm going to go with Carroll. I have Carroll over Tucker, easy. Redraft, probably. I'm only like, hesitating a little bit because like Tucker's still pretty good, and George Kirby is probably like the linchpin of your rotation. So I don't know if I'm like dying to pick up Harris.
But Tucker for the next couple weeks, again, no Yordan Alvarez in that lineup.
Yeah,
I mean, he becomes infinitely easier to pitch to.
I think overall, like I want obviously I want Corbin Carroll. Like Corbin Carroll. Did you see Corbin Carroll?
Corbin Carroll,
I believe has the highest OPS in the NL, and at like 167. Really, yeah, the highest OPS in the NL, which is
I just went full McConaughey there on that one. I did not realize that. Wow.
All right.
The OPS is that high. Something I like about OPS. Corbin Carroll stays high all year round. All right, let's get to another one here. The Mets signed Luke Voit, who's been around the block here the last couple weeks. Luke Voit looking for a home. This just kind of tells you where they're at in that P. Alonso injury. He ain't coming back anytime soon. One quick rookie lookie too. The Royals were called, I believe it's Darren Blanco. Is it Darren pronounced? Because it's Dairon. Or
I would be like
Daron. I don't know if it's Daron or Daron or Darren. I don't know. Mr. Blanco is up. Dairon Blanco.
The five greatest stolen bases in the world. Dylon.
But it's not Dylon because I know that name, but it's got an R in it. But here's what's interesting about him. He's got 47 steals in 49 games this year at AAA. Now, he is not like a prospect, really. He's a 30-year-old guy. But if you are looking for, Pasquantino's out, playing time is more available, they're going to be shifting guys around. If you're somebody who's behind in stolen bases, is Blanco the kind of guy you pick up for a buck or two and you plug him in there and you see maybe you get a couple weeks and you get half a dozen steals? 47, that's a big number, Welsh.
Well, I mean, we see that like Asturi is one of those guys that is just like, he goes. Like he gets a hit, he goes. My problem is Blanco getting hits and consistent playing time. So I know what you're saying, and we could do that. I'm going to say no because we're getting stolen bases everywhere else. So maybe you could get a couple extra, but I'm just worried the playing time versus like him getting hits. It's just not something. It's just not a play that I would do. But sure, your logic makes 1,000% sense.
Yeah. By the way, cousin Donnie joining us internationally today. I know he's in Mexico with his family. So hopefully he doesn't get arrested, like last time. But, it's international, baby. That's
going to be a lot harder to get you out of those prisons.
A lot harder. I actually had a cousin who got arrested in Mexico. True story. And I was the person that took the phone call to my grandmother's house. I'm just hanging out at my grandma's house. I think I had to be like 10, 11 at the time. It's like the summertime. Hey, Grandma!
Arrested in Mexico!
Yeah, honestly, that's pretty much what it was. Like, he had one phone call, so he called her because he knew she would always be home, right? That's the, people didn't have cell phones back in the...
That's my last phone call ever. Like, that is a top 5 fear.
This is a true story. And I remember, I was probably having a snack, watching TV, just hanging out there, just some random summer afternoon, and... phone rings, and there's my cousin on the other line. Yeah, can you put Grandma on the phone? Hey, where are you? I'm in Mexico. Where? In a prison. Oh, that sounds like a Norm Macdonald bit. Oh, geez, that sounds pretty serious.
O.J. Simpson.
You know who else was in that prison? O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson. Killing his wife.
I miss Norm. All right, injuries to get through. Marcelo Zuna was removed from Monday's contest with a right contusion on his wrist. John Gray scratched from his start with a blister, so hopefully that's not going to be too bad. But a little fun note here. We like some fun. JT Realmuto, we like this, became the 17th catcher in Major League history to hit for the cycle on Monday. So congratulations to JT, who has not had a good season. Let's be honest. It has not been a good year for JT. This is not what you drafted him for. Here's another question, too. And look, here we go. And Angela's saying, talk about Real Muto. It might be the only time of the year. I did.
If you watched the game, too, Torey Lavello went off. He went at Real Muto. He tried to fight him almost. So it was pretty great. And then Real Muto responded by hitting the cycle.
Chippy last night. Little chippy, I think. But we haven't done Joe's Tough Guys in a while because we haven't had one. But I think this qualifies. So... Joe's Tough Guys. The Angels signed Daniel Murphy to a minor league contract. Now, Daniel Murphy retired in 2021 from baseball. He hasn't played since 2020. He's 38 years old. He was playing for the Long Island Ducks a couple weeks ago.
38 now?
He's 38. And
He's so
look, he had
old.
331 with 2 homers in 37 games for the Ducks. And the Angels, excuse me, not the A's should sign him, but the Angels were like, that's our guy. Yeah, you know what? Let's go give him a minor league deal.
That's how we're gonna get Ohtani.
That's gonna put us over
Daniel
the hump.
Murphy.
But you know what? Good for Daniel Murphy. Tough guy. You know, Daniel Murphy signed an enormous contract there with the Colorado Rockies a few years back. And as far as I'm concerned, like, I'm sure Daniel Murphy does not need baseball anymore. That guy was out there playing independent league baseball just because he didn't want it to be over yet. So good for him. Like, that's kind of cool. What do you think about this?
Fine. I don't know. I mean,
I know it's not fantasy relevant, but you know,
well, Daniel Murphy's just like whatever. Like, you know what I hope though is I hope like they want to get him going. They send him out here to Complex, the 38-year-old, to hit against some 18-year-olds and just ruin their lives and just ruin their days. And I get to see him, and I'll heckle him if he is. I'll get some video if he does.
You know, we mentioned the Schwarber Fest stuff at the top of the show. We are considering doing a fun leading off t-shirt drop. It's going to be like an exclusive short-term thing for the Peanuts and the Cracker Jacks. We were bouncing around ideas. Mayor and I were talking about it. We don't know if the shirt should say Welshisms, if it should say Joe's Tough Guys, if it should just be...
Can we do like 3 shirts and then just have a drop? Like, are you saying?
No,
because I'm not involved in this, by the way.
Like
I wasn't involved in
exclusive
this.
shirt. Well, that's why I'm talking about.
I'm glad you opened it up to the other guy.
And the Peanuts and Cracker Jacks, if they're interested in a shirt, what would that shirt be that you would like?
But
that
I'm saying,
limited
I get what you're
time
saying, but
drop
can't we
shirt?
do a limited time like couple? I know, I get the logic of one, but like, what if?
Well,
we
if we
or
sell
3?
more than one, then maybe we can,
Okay.
justify next year doing 2 or 3. But I think we're starting.
Yeah.
with
So
the one,
to your point, you got to run like, what are the ones that you Welshism would? I would actually. That would be.
I wish
great.
we had a running list, because then I would put them all on the back, like, just in for a dime, in for a penny.
I don't know what they all are. That's a really good point.
That's
you know
the
what would be
beauty of
great?
them.
I have a good one. What if we had one that was silhouette? And
here's one from Rich.
Hold on. It was a bald
Genesis
silhouette,
Cabrera
and
to
then
the
one
stage.
with beautiful flowy hair silhouette. What if we did silhouette
do that.
ones?
The silhouettes, the bald and the beautiful,
just next to each other. We need some art done, but we could have like the bald and because the hair has been a big we had people betting before the show in the chat of if there'd be hair today. So we could do something like that. Welshisms. I don't know. Put it in the chat and maybe we can get some ideas. I like it.
Right,
how long would these be available for?
Like limited time, like a 2-week drop kind of thing. Do you know, like those Instagram people do? It's going to be like that kind of thing.
Okay.
So we have approval for it, but I think Welshisms is a great one. Our hashtag Welshism.
God, it'd be so great if we had some of mine, and then you could put them on the back of the shirt.
Make
like
up
it's
some,
like
Yeah,
I could just talk for 20 minutes, and I'll get you guys 3 or 4.
Horse.
So.
Hit the ground rolling. That was definitely one.
3-dog horse.
Hit the ground rolling was definitely one of them. That I know for sure. It was definitely hit the ground rolling. I know that for a fact. All right, some 3 up and 3 down from yesterday. Shohei Ohtani homered twice. He now has 20 homers and 100 strikeouts and 50 RBI because we live in an alternate universe.
But nobody talks about him anymore. He's not like an MVP or anything.
Well, I mean, what can you know what? You know why no one talks about him? Because he plays for the Angels. Okay?
Because Daniel Murphy. Because he signed Daniel Murphy. That's the big news.
Right. And there's and they're like, you know what? We got some extra cash laying around. You want to pull it together for Ohtani? Nah, brah. Let's go sign Daniel Murphy to a minor league deal. Paxton, 6 innings, 8 Ks, no decision. Ketel Marte, good last night in that wacky game with the Phillies. 3 runs for him, 3 for 5. 3 down. Bryce Harper, 0 for 4, 3 Ks. He hasn't quite hit his stride yet. Nathaniel Lowe, 0 for 4 with 4 Ks, so he had the golden sombrero. Harper had the hat trick, and Tyler Anderson, Mr. Anderson, 5 earned runs. So those are the people on the way down. Let's talk a little prize picks now. Let's turn the page and look ahead. And again, I want to see more ideas for shirts if you have any. I mean, I don't know if we can get away with Peanuts and Cracker Jacks, because I think that might be like illegal. Because technically,
the copyright is owned of
Peanuts
guessing, and Cracker Jacks.
I'm guessing, but whatever.
By some big.
There's always Prize Picks, so you can sign up today for Prize Picks. Download the app or go to PrizePicks.com. Use that promo code, one word, leading off. You get 100% deposit match up to $100. That's what you get. Welsh, what do you have for the people picking prizes?
Oh, it'd be a really funny one. What if we had like the Prize Picks square, It was a picture of one of us, and then it had like mine would be like Welshisms
over under like 3.5 Welshisms.
Yeah,
would be
that's
very
exactly
funny.
But if we could have like 3 of them, it could have like a Joe one, a Welsh one,
and a Mayor one, where he's just upset about something.
Yeah,
Mayor
just upset
negative
about the Red
comments.
Sox.
Yeah, that's a good one. All
Ryan
right, what do you have for the
Mountcastle.
prize picks?
All right, for the prize picks today, they actually opened up something new and fun. Don't know how long this is going to be around, but I haven't seen this all season. They are pairing stolen base guys together. So they put multiple guys together for one stolen base. And guess what? You can get Esteury Ruiz and Ellie De La Cruz for just one stolen base. So I am in for that one today.
That's a good one.
I'm jumping in that. It's just one stolen base. I'm pairing it with Hunter Brown, Patrick Corbin, no run first innings. And I'm going to go with Corey Seager, fantasy score 7.5. I love Corey Seager today. Hunter Brown, my dude. Their offense, though, stinks, even if it's Washington. So those are my 3 pieces of the prize picks.
I was looking on the YouTube channel. We're still at 13.8. We are climbing, getting very close to 13.9. We also had a milestone, though. We have over 1.6 million views now on the channel. So that's pretty good. Not bad there. For me, prize picking today, I like the guys who can get points in different ways. So Mookie Betts, 8.5, going over on that. Trey Turner, 7.5, going over on that. And I think it's time to break out Bryce Harper. I think today's the day. I'm going to do it. He went 0 for yesterday, struck out a bunch of times. Bryce Harper comes back today with a vengeance. Betting-wise is a little tricky today. So I've really honed in on a couple things. Spencer Strider, I like the under. He's got 9. You can get 9.5 right now on Betting Pros on Spencer Strider. Go the under. 9.5 is a huge number. I know it's the Tigers. I don't care. 9.5 is a huge number. You bet the under on that. Tanner Bybee, 4.5. That's a small number. Go over. So look for these easy slam dunk kind of situations when you get these numbers. And Milwaukee, plus 105 on the money line. I know they're on the road. Corbin Burns looked good in his last start. Pablo Lopez has not looked good in his last few starts. I'm going to take Milwaukee at the plus money. I think this is a good one here for you, Welsh. I won't forget you today.
I mean, you know what? Today could have been the day. You could have forgot me today.
It's not. It's weird because it's a fun day. It's a big slate. But the betting lines are wacky today. Like, it's just really screaming value.
They're tough. It's been like that for 3 weeks. Credit. This is why this all works. You have a month or so that's really well, and then the lines get really tight. And the stolen base or the strikeout market is just brutal. Like everywhere you'd want to attack are like crazy high. Strider's 9.5 strikeout. It's too much. I don't love a lot of the lines today. I did pick out, I'm attacking 2 full game team totals. You could go on the 5s if you want, but the 2 games I want to attack are Atlanta and Texas. Both of those I'm taking their team total runs. So it's for each of them to score 5. They're a little bit juiced up, so you could put them together. I didn't parlay them to give you the number, but it's probably 220, 230 plus 230 if you did both of them together. Otherwise, just pay up. Atlanta up against Detroit and Texas against Tyler Anderson. Jaime Barria with the Angels. I am taking both of those as my bets today.
We have a lot of demand for a wonky Penguin t-shirt. I'd buy that shirt, to be honest.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of these. I just thought of one.
Dong Bong is another one too. I mean, Dong Bongs and wonky Penguins.
That's Mayer's shirt. It's just Mayer under the Dong Bong, and let's see it.
Somebody
let's
said
see
we
the
could
Dong Bong.
spell peanuts and Cracker Jacks differently. I guess we could do that. But
yeah,
then that's all like you spell it with a Z, and then you look like some like goofy.
There was
rap guy
multiple
from the late
people
90s.
have brought up the Kenta Maeda, and I have an idea, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that off air. Probably not going to bring up my idea on air or anything like that. And
No. Here's what you do: you do Welshisms, you do hit the ground rolling, you do like a couple Welshisms, and then on the back, it's like a jersey. And on the back, it's just Kenta Maeda's number. So it's real subtle. So you don't, like, if you know, you know. And I think that's what you put on above instead of a name, you put if you know, you know.
Well, what would be funnier would be like Kenta Maeda front and Kodai Senga back. That would even be...
that would be better.
Or no, you know those split jerseys? You know those split jerseys that like...
Senga Maeda.
That's too much.
That was the highlight of the year. That was very
and it's only June. It's only June.
It's
Think
only
of all
June.
the ideas, guys. It's only
Can
June.
only get better. Joe's AI machine. We could throw that on there. But regardless, again, this is something we're talking about. Hit up Mike Mayer if you got some good ones too. If you're listening to the show and you're not with us live today, get us up on Twitter too. Is it the Welsh at Joe Pizapia 17? We're looking for your ideas. It's for you. It's not for us. We're trying to get some t-shirts made, have some fun, commemorate the incredible run that we've had, and of course, We like fun. So rare. That's fun. Sign up today. FantasyPros.com/collect. It's free. It's fantasy. It's baseball. It's awesome. And you can go compete against other Peanuts and Cracker Jacks. Peanuts with a Z, of course, over at FantasyPros.com/leading-off-league. That's how you do it. Welsh, I'm mad because I should have 5 more home runs than I do. Because yesterday, I have no regrets about Garcia. I was in on Garcia. It was good math. Everything was there. It didn't happen. Fine. But the guy that I had before I got to the Garcia one, the first person I had in the sheet was Ohtani. So I had Ohtani for 2.
I thought about it.
And then Jose Ramirez for 3 that I missed. So really, I should just, every time I put somebody in, I should just slap my hand and say, don't change it.
Go back to your, like I did at the beginning of the year, like flip the coin, you know, the coin always won over me.
Good.
So you could try that.
Good. A picture of Joey P with the crown. That's, you know what, if it's a picture of you with the amazing swoop hair, then it definitely should be me with the crown. That's
the silhouette. It's like a silhouette, you know, here, and then it's a swoop. That's what you see. And then Joe's is bald, but with the crown on it. That would be a great, but we need some art done.
I still love the idea of just the Kenta Maeda number like that. To me, it's just subtle.
My price pick one, it could be, you know, Joe with something over under,
or
Welsh,
you with
Welsh
the crown, you with the tiara. That's also
that too. And then the third leg of our prize pick one could be wonky, and it could go Penguins over under, and we could have Penguins over under. So that's my prize pick idea for leading off. You, me, and wonky on there. Penguins, Welshisms, and I don't know what
Pizza is. I don't know.
Pizza Hardos or whatever you're thinking.
All right, let's get to the DFS today. Joe Musgrove is underpriced, especially on DK. He's like 7.5, I think. On FanDuel, he's a little more. He's 8.5. Either way, I'm investing. I know he's going against a team that doesn't strike out a ton, but I don't care. I'm still going Joe Musgrove. I think he's starting to turn the corner here. I think there's opportunity on this. I would also look at his K prop today and see if you could find one for him that's a little bit more user friendly. Hunter Brown is at 10K. Corbin Burns on the road, 10.2. It's again, I think it's a tournament play. This is where you're looking at, because the Twins do strike out. He's going against the Twinkies. So if Corbin Burns is getting back on track, this is an opportunity here. You're always looking for a quality start, win potential, 6 strikeouts. That's what you're looking for. Hunter Brown gives you that. Corbin Burns gives you that. Joe Musgrove gives you that. And I think Zach Wheeler gives you that today too. So all of those guys are in play. You can mix and match the 10K guys, or you could just go down to Joe Musgrove and build up your lineups, which I would recommend personally. I think that's the way to go. Tampa, Philly, Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Texas Rangers and the Los Angeles Angels. So lots of good offenses today. If anything, I would be looking at some of these games, Welsh, and I'd be looking at some of the overs. I think some of these over totals are going to hit. So if you're looking at invest today, I think whenever we get these days where we're just not loving the props and things, that's because it's an over day. That's because
that's why I went at
irregular.
Team total runs. That's why I was attacking more team total runs today, because I'm just going to play overs. You could play. There are some small lines. You know, a sneaky one I took a look at, by the way, was that Atlanta Detroit one. It's at 7.5 overall. And the first 5 is 4. So, you know, we've seen Strider get hit up a little bit. If you think the Braves are going to start getting at Reese Olson, those are, you know, some overs that you could take as well. So I completely agree with you.
Mayor Bear could also be a good shirt too for the Mayor Bear, but I don't want to give Mike Mayer his own shirt. It goes right to his head. I think that's
the one shirt we do is Mike Mayer.
No way.
If you guys relent and have it's like a pop-up store. It's like, bam, you know, it's 3 shirts for 2 weeks only, and then they're gone. Like, that's a different story, but can't be the one shirt.
No. And again, this is just like the one, we're going to do this. It's going to be fun. So we're going to, we want to, it's basically our way of saying thank you for tuning in and being with us so much, because it's been awesome. You guys are the reason the show's here. So we want to do something fun.
Y'all are the reason I'm here.
And plus Father's Day's Father's Day's around the corner too, for, especially for the dads out there who watch the show, and it's a gift to yourself. I give myself gifts on Father's Day. Somebody has to. Yeah, I always get myself something for Father's Day. It's Father's Day. I'm going to get myself. I don't know this year. I don't know what I'm going to
New Taylor Swift shirt?
I already have one.
You maybe need a new one.
Good. No, it's pretty new. I just went to the concert, so I'm good. I have the hoodie too, which is
okay. Well, all right.
It keeps me warm on those cold winter nights. Cody Clemens 2.4K, Jose Abreu 2.6, Owen Miller 2.8. Those are your value guys. As I said, I am trying to break the Bryce Harper curse right now. I think I can do it. So Bryce Harper to go yard today against the Diamondbacks. That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm going. Welsh, where are you going for your home run call today?
Yeah, I actually was looking at Harper. I was also looking at Schwartz. Schwartz was one that I was thinking about today. Kyle Davies, though, just doesn't really give up homers so far this year. So I'm going to go with Corey Seager. I'm going to go with Corey Seager, who has been
full circle.
Yeah, I've been full on it. I was also thinking Marcus Semien. That was another one I was focused in on, but I'm going to go with Mr. Corey Seager.
There you go. Very good. Excellent. So, again, if you want to make home run calls, you can. You have to just go to fantasypros.com/chat, join our Discord, and then go premium because, again, it's halfway through the month. There's still plenty of time to catch up here. You still got a few more months for the prizes, but you can go premium at fantasypros.com/premium or drop a comment below in the chat. Every month we've been giving away a free premium upgrade to somebody. You have to subscribe to the channel. That's the big thing. You got to be a subscriber. Drop a comment below, and you might win that 1 year free premium upgrade, which is awesome, which will help you with My Playbook. So download My Playbook today. Start using that and start doing things the right way. So good stuff today, boys and girls. I'm very happy with some of these possibilities for the shirts that we have. I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully we'll land on that. Mike Mayer is kind of spearheading this effort, which is why we definitely can't make it a Mayor Bear shirt. At some point, yes, the Mayor Bear shirt should be in existence. But I agree, not the first one.
They'll probably be one. We'll be like, hey, look, there's a shirt and a Mayor Bear shirt.
Oh, they all came out Mayor Bear
just
shirts.
Fell in there.
Yeah, with 00 on the back. For all the, or -1 for all his negativity. That's what we're going to do. On that note, we'll see you again tomorrow, same time. So make sure you join us for Leading Off. Subscribe wherever you get your pods and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't, because guess what? We are closing in 14K. When we hit 14K, Welsh and I will do shows wearing authentic
mustache rides.
They were our mustaches, not fake ones. We will grow mustaches for a show. That's what we're doing. So that'll do it for us, but the story of the game goes on. For the Welsh, I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids.